Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. And today is going to be part 2 of our dressing up the Gale Force 9 Autumn Trees Battlefield Terrain Kit. In part 1 we did most of this here. I've gone ahead and I've added one set of magnets, and basically we're going to talk today about that. We're going to talk about magnetizing the trees, and as soon as I find my magnets, we will discuss. I didn't have any 1/2 inch by 1/16 inch, and I think 1/2 inch is probably too big, but 3/8 by 1/16 inch is probably the right size. And here is what I originally tried to do. What I tried to do is, well, first, you've got the resin bases, and they are resin, and they're glued on here like this. And I took them and I used a hacksaw. That was the very first thing I attempted. And I'm like, I bet those keeping the roots would be nice. And I tried doing that, and well, that didn't work at all. The base snapped. It would be major work to try and get that off. So this is probably the best bet. And my original idea was just to put the magnets down and have the tree there. Oops, I forgot about that. Those two I didn't glue yet. Oh. And as you can see, the magnets are pretty strong. And the problem with this is they fall down easy. You're gonna bump them. They fall down. So what I did is let's take this guy off in here. I took one magnet and I glued it onto the bottom. And you end up with a much better result, but it's not perfect. You can pick it up, you can stand it up. The weight of the tree is going to fall. It's going to fall off. It's going to knock down. But here's the good thing about it. If you bump it, it wobbles. I mean, you push pretty hard, it just wobbles. And it doesn't fall all the way. You have to actually push it to do that. So there is a little bit of play. So I think with a slightly larger magnet, you'll have a much better effect. Now you might notice that where is it? Aha! This one. I glued 2 magnets on here already. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark the bottom because that's the side that I'm going to glue. So I'm going to mark the bottom. And they're all, what I did is I put them all on here so that I would know which sides are which, except that if you use permanent marker, they don't stick too well to the rare earth magnets. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this over here. I'm going to put some super glue down there, a good bit actually, and let it start to dry. But what I want to let you know is this one is where I tried using the nippers. They're magnetic. And what I wanted to let you know is that you're going to end up with this no matter what you do. Or you can end up with this, like this, and then glue the magnet on the bottom. And that's why I said the slightly larger magnet's going to be better. It's going to give you more base area and hold the tree on better. I'm going to bet, since this is a smaller tree, the 1/4 inch by 1/16 of an inch magnet is going to be plenty for this. Because if you notice, when you glue it on, it picks up the base. So just a little bit more strength is going to be something pretty potent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this on here, and because I have water, or I have already glued this with Elmer's glue and super glue, or not super glue, but other, and tacky glue. The super glue takes a little bit longer to dry, and I am going to go ahead and put a little bit more down here because it all ran off. And I want to make sure that these don't fall off. But they're pretty easy to do. I used a hacksaw to cut them apart, and I used the hacksaw because I knew there was going to be wire inside. Now I'm going to show you something else too. This is like I said, part 2. But you notice these kind of flake off, whereas on this one, not nearly as much. You can fix that 2 ways, and actually the best way to probably do it is to dip it in a varnish. I sprayed this one with a product called Mod Podge or Podge Modge. I don't see it, but it's a spray glue you can find at Walmart or any craft store, and it acts as a sealer as well. It goes on really thin. I only put one coat on this. Probably need 5 or 6 to keep it from doing it. So now we're going to come back here. You saw me glue the one on, and I'm not going to cut one off because it takes about 2 minutes. But basically what you do is you use a hacksaw, you grab one of your trees, and you just go back and forth over the base. Now what I do want to show you is the bases. If you use a hacksaw or a saw blade, heck, I suppose if you have the right Dremel tools or power tools, you could do it and even be much quicker. But this would make a nice base for some models. It's a dead stump or whatever. And again, I recommend the 1/2 inch by 1/16 inch magnets. I'm going to go ahead and glue this set on here, and I like to glue them on in a set of 2, just like that. And then what I'll do is I'll take that off with the marked side up, and I will glue it on the magnet or on the tree. So, you know, these do need more drying time, but when it's all said and done, you know, you move your models on here. I just did a figure forge with these. So you got your zombie apocalypse models moving through here, and they have to stay in formation. But you know, they're all in the terrain and you can't get them there, so you can pop this tree off here and you can put it over here. I'm not going to put it on there because it's not dry, but you can put it over here and stand it up, and you can even put well, I don't have another, oh, I do have another Warforged model. You can have another model here-ish. So this has been part 2 of dressing up the Battlefield Terrain Autumn Trees from Gale Force 9. I hope you liked the video. I think that using the magnets on this is actually a really good idea. The magnets are inexpensive. You can get them from most of your hobby stores. You can even find rare earth magnets sometimes at like Pat Catan's, Michael's. And I'm going to go ahead and put this back here. Oh, I'm not quite done. Oh, see what I did? This has been another basic basing or dress up your terrain from your Gale Force 9 terrain. Again, I would recommend that you use the 1/2 inch by 3/16 earth magnet. This will work, but the 1/2 inch is definitely going to stop your tree from falling over partially, like mine just did, and knocking down your models that you spend a lot of time painting. Thanks for watching again, and have a good day.